So making this bag, I'm going to use this this fabric here. It's one of the Lisa Chandler prints. I can't remember the name. I want to say leaf print, but I don't think that's right. That's going to be my main feature fabric. This one's going to be my lining, and I'm using Kraft Tex, the purple Kraft Tex. Now the Kraft Tex is such a gorgeous material. It's really, really super soft, and you can see how malleable it is, but it's also really, really strong. So it's going to be great for handles and the top of my bag, and excuse me, and just by stitching it in place, it's going to give me a great deal of strength on the whole piece. So I'll show you step by step as I go. So far what I've done is I have created a quilt sandwich with some calico, some batting and my feature fabric, and I'm about to go and quilt that, and then once the quilting is done I'll come back and start to construct the bag, but I'll come back and report in once I've done the quilting. Right, so I've quilted. I've just done straight line quilting through the flowers or the leaves. Just flip it over and show you on the back so you can just see just really basic quilting. And then I've now needed to trim it back, so we've now got a nice quilted edge that will work. So I've trimmed off the bits, so it's now a 12 by 17 inch square, which will start to go with everything else, that all the other pieces. So we need to mark down now the base and start building the bag itself. The next step was to mark the centre line of the bag front. So I used my trusty Bowen pencil, dark side there, and then do 7 rows of stitching to stabilise the back. So I did a stitch on the dark line and then 3 on either side of it, as you can see. And then we need to mark the Kraft Tex. So again, white side this time. Love this pencil. So I did the dark side on the cream and I did the white side on that. And now we're going to stitch our quilted bag front to the edges of our Kraft Tex, and we'll both stabilise and secure that. Next thing we did is take all the bits and join them together. So I've effectively made a large circle here. So I have, let's go in a little bit. I have the quilted front stitched to the Kraft Tex, overlap the quilted front so that the Kraft Tex actually seals in all the raw edges, and then have done exactly the same on the back with the lining, and then the same on the other end. So Kraft Tex stitched to the background, Kraft Tex stitched to the foreground, and now we're ready to put the what's it called, the closure in. So I have to head to the shops. I thought I had some here, but it looks like I don't. So we're pausing briefly while I head to the shops and buy some magnetic closures, and then I'll show you the bag as I finish it. It's looking pretty good so far. I'm really pleased with the colours. They've come up really well. So I'll talk to you soon. Putting the magnetic clasps in is quite simple. There's 2 parts to the clasp. They usually come in packs of 2, so there's 2 parts to the clasp, and each one comes with a washer. So we mark the halfway point across the bag and then place the washer where it's going to sit, and mark the points where the prongs of the closure will go. You do that on both sides, then cut small holes where the prongs will go, place them in and bend them with a set of pliers. So I've pushed the clasp through the fabric and I've stabilised it with some Kraft Tex. You could use a piece of fabric or some wadding as well. Washer on the top, and then with the pliers close down the prongs. Now I just need to do that on the other side. I didn't share the turning out of the bag once it was stitched, so once the clasps were all put in, we stitched the bag front together, the handles together, and most of the lining, leaving a space to turn the bag. And turning the bag was it wasn't hard, it was just that I was a bit impatient. But we got it done, and now I have it all lined up. I've stretched out the seams and we're ready to top stitch the top of the handle and create the handle. So I'm just going to do some top stitching around the top here and then create the handle, and then the bag is done. It's looking pretty good so far. And there we have it, one finished bag. So, quite pleased with that. It's got the nice lining, magnetic clip to hold everything safe, and a nice little clutch bag. Quite quick and easy. We're going to have a focus on handbags and a Kraft Tex special in the live on Wednesday night, Wednesday the 3rd. So if you're interested in having a go at making some bags with some fabric and some Kraft Tex, or even more just Kraft Tex, I have several patterns that I'm going to give away with the purchase of a roll of Kraft Tex. But I'll also have a special deal on fusible cotton interfacing, cotton wadding, and the magnetic clasps if you want to make something. So we'll have a nice bundle deal if you're interested. Pop over on Wednesday from 8 and we'll see how we go from there. See you soon.